One house, three women, one summer night in 1992. And by sunrise, all three were gone. No screams, no break-in, no blood, no struggle, just silence. This is the case that haunts Missouri. This is the story of the Springfield Three. Tonight, we go back to a warm June evening, to a small Midwestern home filled with laughter and teenage plans, to the moment innocence disappeared without a sound, and to the 30-year mystery that has never let go. Take a deep breath, because this story starts softly, but ends in absolute darkness. It was June 6th, 1992. Graduation night in Springfield, Missouri. A humid evening, streetlights glowing through thin summer air. 18-year-old Suzanne "Suzy" Streeter had just graduated high school. Blonde hair, bright smile, plans for the future. Her best friend, Stacy McCall, also 18, warm and gentle, was celebrating too. And waiting at home was Suzy's mother, 47-year-old Sherrill Levitt. A hard-working, quiet, loving woman who had spent the whole night cleaning the house for her daughter's return. It should have been a perfect night. And in every photo from that evening, the girls were smiling. They had no idea they were walking into a story that would never end. After graduation, the girls went from one celebration to another. Houses crowded with friends, parents taking pictures, teenagers running from driveway to driveway. They originally planned to sleep at a friend's house, but the house was full. Too many people, too noisy. So they changed plans. At 2 a.m., they decided to go to Suzy's house instead, a small, cozy home on East Delmar Street. They arrived sometime after 2:15 a.m., tired, happy, ready to sleep. Everything looked calm, nothing unusual, nothing threatening. But something was already wrong, something they never saw coming. Let's step inside the house as it was found only a few hours later. All three women were gone, but their belongings were not. Suzy's car in the driveway, Stacy's car right beside it. Inside the home, all three purses lined up neatly. Their money, their keys, their cigarettes, nothing stolen. The TV still playing softly, Sherrill's bed neatly made, her book on the nightstand. A lamp knocked over on the floor, a small crack in the glass shade, almost nothing out of place. Almost, as if someone entered this house. Quietly, controlled, efficient, in total command, and left with three women in the middle of the night without leaving a single trace. By morning, friends began arriving at the house. They knocked. No answer, they called, no response. The front door was unlocked. Inside, they found the quiet. Too quiet. Suzy's dog, Cinnamon, was pacing nervously, whining at the doorway, like it had been waiting for hours. Stacy's neatly folded clothes from the night before were on the floor. Her jewelry on top. Her mother said Stacy never left her jewelry behind. Never. Then came one of the strangest details in this case. A message on the home answering machine. A message that someone erased before police heard it. A message that one of the friends said sounded strange and disturbing. To this day, no one knows what that message said. Police arrived. They walked through the home. They looked for forced entry. There was none. They looked for blood. None. They looked for signs of a struggle. Almost none. It was as if the women stepped outside for a moment and vanished into thin air. And here's the detail that chills investigators even now. The porch light. The globe over the front light was shattered. One friend cleaned it up before police arrived, destroying potential evidence. Without knowing, she was sweeping away pieces of the truth, and those small glass fragments may have held the DNA of the person who took them. There are several theories, none proven, all disturbing. Let's walk through them like detectives, one by one. Some investigators believe a stranger may have targeted the home. A drifter, a predator, a stalker, someone lurking in the neighborhood that night. Someone who watched the girls arrive at 2 a.m. and waited for the right moment to strike. But random abductions rarely leave zero evidence. This one did. Others believe the women opened the door willingly. Someone they trusted, or someone they didn't feel threatened by. Remember, no forced entry. Someone was invited inside, or someone tricked them into opening the door. One name rises above all others: Robert Craig Cox, a known kidnapper, a convicted violent offender, a man who lived in Springfield at the time. Cox was in the area the night the women vanished. Years later, in an interview, he said, "I know they are dead." When asked where the bodies were, he said, "You will never find them." Chilling words. No evidence, no confession, just a shadow that never goes away. In 2007, a tip came in. A man claimed the women were buried in a concrete parking structure being built at the time. Ground-penetrating radar revealed anomalies beneath the concrete, but the city refused to dig. The structure is still standing today, and whatever lies beneath is still there. Some mysteries remain buried because no one wants to tear apart a building to find the truth. Over the years, the case grew colder. Investigators retired, families aged, memories faded, evidence degraded, but the pain never left. Every year, the families left fresh flowers on the porch of that house on East Delmar Street. Suzy's mother, Sherrill, was never found. Suzy, never found. Stacy, never found. 3 women, 3 lives, 3 futures erased. The house was eventually torn down. An empty lot sits there now. Grass grows where their last footsteps once were. Silence where laughter was heard last. A hollow space that feels like a wound. In many cold cases, the evidence speaks. Here, the silence speaks louder. No bodies, no crime scene, no confession. Just empty rooms, empty driveways, empty hearts, and one night that refuses to disappear. If you are listening to this and you have ever waited for answers, waited for someone to come home, waited for justice, please hear this. You are not alone. Some cases take years, some take decades, but truth has its own rhythm and its own timing. For the families of Suzy, Stacy, and Sherrill, you have carried a weight no one should ever carry, and your story continues to matter. To someone, somewhere, even tonight. If you want more stories told with care, with respect, and with compassion for the victims, you can subscribe to this channel. Your support keeps these cases alive, keeps the memories alive. Thank you for listening, and may the Springfield 3 never be forgotten.